Who do you rate the highest?
Nexus in my team.
I guess Nexus. It's hard to say, but there's some upcoming talents as well as in our team. Well, we've got some new players, like Creator's new in our team, and he came from Silver Series, so he still can do a lot in our team and possibly as well other teams later on.
It's hard to say, but I think it might be Griffon right now. He's the wisest player of all.
I think it's Deja.
In the game, Slide.
I would say near you, most likely.
Most talented player, I would say Nuclear, maybe.
We know there's a lot of talented players in the World of Tanks, and we are pleased to have so many of them with us here in Moscow for the final battles of 2017. Hope you've been enjoying us. We are now halfway through day 4. This is how you round off a year of incredible competition with an incredible competition. So 12 teams join us here from all 5 regions: EU, APAC, CIS, China, and North America. Some are still with us. We know Tornado will be with us tomorrow. We know Oops are sticking around a bit longer, but sharp end of things, knockout time, and 2 more quarterfinals coming your way. Let's get to our next one then. We've just been talking very briefly about it, but it warrants a lot more attention because this is a tricky one. Unique and Elevate. Unique coming here off the back of 2 wins in the group stages. Elevate coming here, well, with the most mixed up way you could imagine, losing 5-0 to Oops in their opening game, and then coming back and demolishing a legendary CIS team in the name of Rush, or as another name, Na'Vi, putting them down 5-1. Losing 5-0, coming back against old Na'Vi 5-1. Now that is a turnaround in fortunes. We know though, that 5-0 against Oops, not taking anything away from Oops, but we know that that wasn't Elevate on their best day due to other things that had happened earlier on that day. Owing you a big favour, though, after your performance against Rush, brought Elevate to here. Now Elevate have got to do it themselves. They can't rely on you guys to help them out with other rounds. Elevate against Unique, and you really like their opposition.
Yeah, Unique. It's going to be really... The winner of this match is going to be who turns up from Unique. I don't think Elevate really have much say in this. If a good Unique turns up and they feel like Elevate is a worthy opponent and they bring out all their good plays and their good strats, I think they're going to win, just no matter what.
That is a confident stance to take, that this one is not in Elevate's hands at all. It's whether or not these guys on your screen are going to do it. He's ready, as they all will be. They are young and confident, and they've shown us good stuff so far.
Yeah, Firacle there flashing us some dirty looks. I mean, it looks like they're certainly ready for the competition. All smiles all around.
We've had a lot of players leaning back on their chairs and testing the springs and the hinges.
They're comfy chairs.
Yeah,
Godlike
nice
chairs.
looks like he doesn't dare go beyond a few degrees, but yeah, he's with us. Still with you, Godlike. Not letting you off the hook yet? Oh, all right then. Lucifer.
More smiles, good to see. Lucifer here, he performed very well on the group stages, so we'll have to see how he's doing here against Elevate. A slightly different opponent than what they played so far in the group stage, so let's see what they think about them.
I think we also have to highlight Valley here, coming out of the group stage with a really good performance that he put on so far. I think it's really no one of those guys haven't really let us down yet or have made crucial mistakes. I think we've seen good performance from the entire team, especially also Nuki there. I think one of the key players of Unique, always there in the crucial moments.
Team Stare Out is the most popular option among most of the players once the camera shows up.
Shaman also had a very good showing so far with his heavies. Usually plays the Super Conk. I guess that's where he feels home.
Almost everybody is playing the Super Conk at this point. You know, I don't think I've ever seen so many in the matches. Even during the online season, we never saw so many Super Conks. Just over time, more and more and more and more Super Conks.
And yes, one of yesterday's key players, Vit, against Yatu, who managed to do the last minute reset there on Runeberg.
Unique here from the CIS region, having had a great showing so far.
The young and hungry team Unique is known as a hazard among recognized leaders of World of Tanks. Although still underestimated by some, they confirmed their serious intentions once again, finishing 3rd in the online season. Mid-season, a strong player and tactical leader Vit became a member of Unique. The updated lineup managed to cement and prove their team's skills in hard battles since their debut in the championship. One such meeting was against NSS. Down 0-2, Unique managed to take 5 rounds in a row to beat NSS. This result wasn't nearly enough. They went on to beat some of the strongest teams in the region, including Rush and Rorstelmash. Their second match against NSS was very significant. In this confrontation, the price of mistake was too high. Nevertheless, Unique were faster and more cunning than their competitors, taking the match. The second half of the season was not so bright for the team. All key matches were lost, but they already had enough points to secure a place in the top 4. At the LAN finals, Unique fought well but lost to Team Tornado Energy in the semi-finals. Their rivals, NSS, also lost in the semi-finals, allowing Unique to move forwards to the final battle with a greater amount of points. Will Unique be able to fight like they did at the start of the season when put against the strongest collectives of the world?
So far, it very much seems like they can fight. 2 wins out of 2 got them to this stage. Elevate are their opponent's best team out of North America, but Unique showing us why we expected good things from them. You were right from the beginning that this is a team with enormous promise and a very young team as well, so a great future ahead of them too.
Yeah, Elevate, what's really hard for me is to sort of evaluate Elevate. We saw on the first day, as already mentioned, things not really going that well for them, but losing 5-0, that's really a result that speaks for itself. And then winning against Rush 5-1, yeah, no idea how they managed to do that.
Yeah.
And I think it sort of depends on which kind of Elevate we get to see today. I hope that they had a good rest. I mean, I spoke to them at breakfast, and they looked really very confident and well prepared. Yeah, the Doma there with a cheeky smile, also looking super confident.
Well, however confident they may have looked at breakfast, I mean, I saw them yesterday in the player room after the match between Oops and Rush, and that was the most confident, the happiest faces of Elevate I think I've ever seen.
Well, they've definitely kept the happy faces for this match. Brett here, one of the main autoloader players there, always performing yesterday as well. Great performance by him, or actually 2 days ago. Yeah, the posse.
Yes,
identifying that he is a pro player. Yeah, we saw him really step up in the Rush match as well, but really all of the players stepped up. We saw great 1v1s, individual plays such as Canadian Impact versus Inspirer yesterday. Great 1v1 situation there. Was everything against him and he still managed to pull it back.
Yeah, Wally there, the team leader, team captain, crucial
Brains
guy.
of the operation, really.
Yeah.
And really nice guy. Really positive, very professional.
I have to confirm that, yeah.
And Vetro rounds it off.
Yeah, looking super confident. So yeah, I guess these guys go into the match with everything they got right now, and we'll see everything that they have.
Undefeated champions of North America's season, and then came in and lost just one game in the season after. They are a terrific team, and this is Elevate.
Elevate is the top team of the American region. In the season of 2016-2017, they were unbeaten for 28 matches in a row and was in the top 4 at the last Grand Finals. The autumn season for Elevate went without any big concerns. They confidently defeated the main competitors, Eclipse and Dare Rising, both home and away. Such a comfortable road to the LAN Finals promised them an easy win and the title of champions. But this was not to be. At first they experienced a very hard semi-final against Dare Rising, and then they faced an unexpected finalist, Top Tier, who had clearly prepared for their match against America's best team. Despite these difficult matches, Elevate managed to beat their rivals and took the 3rd champion's title for the team's cabinet. At the final battle, Elevate enters a very difficult group with legendary Rush and Europe's Oops. Can Elevate pass beyond the group stage and raise their flag at the tournament?
Yeah, an absolutely amazing team that we've seen. Huge tournaments in World of Tanks. Elevate there, representing North America with one of the best records on paper. Coming here, as I said, with only 1 loss in 2 whole seasons, but a big loss earlier on here in Moscow to a team you know.
Yeah, I mean, they've lost to a European team and won against the Russian team, and Unique also being another Russian team. statistics speak for them. But I think what is going to be really interesting to see in that match is how they are going to play against this Russian team.
So this is where they're going to be doing it. This is when we first start to get a feel for how well this will go down. Cliff and Muravanka were banned out, and Himmelsdorf will be the tiebreaker at the end. We could get there if both of these teams really turn up with everything they've got. Sand River's our start.
Sand River, probably not the best map to start with for Unique, as most of the Russian teams didn't like this map. They didn't train it during the season, so any experience they have will be from basically
I guess
here.
that's why the Elevate picked it, just to have a strong start, because that is what teams usually like to go for.
But Unique don't like mines this last season either, so they've come in with a pick on that. There's something interesting to see.
Actually, looking at their performance throughout the tournament, they won 3 out of 4 rounds on mines so far, and Elevate have lost both their mines rounds. So let's see what Elevate can bring up to the table there against Unique and Mines.
Well, I think the mine statistics are not exactly true to the picture, because Unique played those Mines games on the Russian server, where they have huge amounts of just brawls in the middle, and against teams like Tornado, against Rush in the online season, it's very difficult to take rounds off those. So the percentage there, not high, but the skill on the map is high, and that's going to be very difficult for Elevate.
When it's gonna go on to Ghost Town, then I think the advantage definitely goes for Unique. They've won 4 out of 4 rounds in this tournament so far on this map, and I mean, Ghost Town, what really counts on that map? Coordination, team play, personal skill, and I think Unique has the advantage there.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of team play, coordination, and personal skill in the last couple of games, really, and that's really shown through where teams like Tornado, which is sort of like an elevated version of Unique. You know, it's just Unique, but everything's a little bit better. That really shined out for them, so hopefully Unique can copy and do a little bit something similar.
So Elevate against an elevated Unique. Right, I think I understand. We have to do predictions now, and unfortunately it seems to always start with me, which is uncomfortable in this one, because I'm really struggling here. I think it's one of the closest ones we're going to have all day. But I will swing it in favor of Unique. I would like to see Elevate show us what they've got, and I'm sure they will. But I suspect that after the tournament they've had, and Unique on this sort of upward trend that they're on, I think 7-4 in favor of Unique, maybe 7-5. Go on, have a 4.
Yeah, that's 7-5 actually. I'll take that. Also in favor of Unique. I mean, it really depends on what we're gonna be seeing from Elevate today. Which sort of Elevate, which kind of Elevate is gonna turn up. But I think 7-5 in favor of Unique.
Well, I think it really depends on how much Unique respect Elevate here and how much they're going to bring to this game. I don't know if they respect them all that much, even though they beat Rush. That wasn't a normal Rush team that we saw, so I think a 7-4 for Unique is probably going to be the result here.
Good. All right, well, Tomato the Lobster seems to be a little bit back on form, had a little bit of help along the way with some of his neighbours in that wonderful mines tank that he's in. What's he got as a prediction and our foreteller of victory? All right, so Unique have got this thing in the bag, if Tomato is to be believed. Hector and Daki is going to take us then through this amazing match, or maybe Mojo. Should we have Mojo or Daki? Get out of the way, Daki, let's have Mojo. Hector and Mojo, I want those two. Please, can I have them for this game?
Hello there, Matt. Your wish is our command, as myself and Mojo are ready to get this match underway. It is going to be Elevate versus Unique. And Mojo, just like they're saying on the desk, the big thing here is which Elevate is going to turn up. Is it going to be the Oops Elevate, or is it going to be the Rush Elevate?
It's not only that, it's the matter will Unique actually play to their full most potential. We've seen that Yato was actually dismantled by Oops in previous game. And honestly, Unique struggled there, and everyone
Yeah.
was debating, oh, did they use all the strats? Did they not? They were debating the same about Rush. So this is the moment we will see. Does Unique deserve the reputation they got as a proactive, young, super inventive team with a super strong plays?
Yeah.
Or that's all like a balloon that we just pop now and break on Elevate?
Is it here? Is the writing on the wall? Can Elevate potentially make it through to a semi-final matchup, and then they can sit back and, I mean, whoever wins this matchup here, whoever wins this quarterfinal, will be able to sit back and just watch Ding Kazna, because whoever wins that next match will be their opponents. Knuckles all round here for Unique, which means we're about to get things underway. Round one here is going to be on Sand River. It was Elevate's pick, and I believe they'll be starting out on the attack for this one as well. Sand River, a map we've not necessarily seen being played a lot during this tournament. A new map here into the Wargaming League for all regions this season. It formally replaced Steps. As I say, Unique on the defense, Elevate on the attack. Mojo, any surprises here in the lineups?
3 i7, 3 Bachats, a light tank. That's pretty much what they played the last time. The attack of Elevate and defense both were really good when they played against Rush. It went well for them. Also, they did train it with Oops before that match.
Yes.
So maybe that was a part of hint of it. Unique, on the other hand, playing with STRV and Super Kong to control the upper dune. So this is also rather standard lineup.
Okay, so round one here between these two teams. Let's get it on. It's going to be Unique on the red side. It's going to be Elevate on the blue side. And Unique already starting to move across the map in defensive positions.
Nuki is doing that first upper spot, but this is an unusual moment. Look at the position of STRV from Unique. That is not a usual move. Usually you would expect him to go and be boosted on B9. That's probably something that Elevate is expecting. But he's completely alone on G-line. That's actually even risky.
Veet sitting here on the minimap at G0, looking at his point of view here from the camera. As Canadian Impact moves over, Veet doesn't have any cover in front of him in regards to any bushes or terrain, so if he is spotted and there's guns pointing his way, he is going to feel the pain if Elevate are able to bring guns to bear.
Well, he has the best possible cover he can, a low camo value, high camo value of an STRV. Also, there is a little hill covering his left flank. So if it's a camo net plus all the crew skills and rations and whatever, he will be rather invisible and there is no arty to penetrate him, so he has to be frontal. And I can say that Unique is in a really good position to cover him from the side.
Looking forward to seeing how this match breaks down. The analyst desk has given it all to Unique, but looking in chat, it seems that everyone was giving it to Elevate, so favoritism here in chat for I was going to say European, the North American
It is the English chat, so
the English
it's
chat was
gonna favor Elevate
then.
for sure. If you go on CIS chat, I don't think you want to see anyone
Zaza everywhere. And why not? Elevate have earned their place here with a fantastic fight already. And Veet, as we said, if he does get spotted and guns are facing his way, he'll take a lot of damage, and he's already below half health there in STRV.
Yeah, it was a bit risky, like he took all the damage, but he is alive at least, and he is on half HP. But Elevate now knows one crucial thing. STRV is not on upper position, he's actually down. That's something you don't see every day.
Positive, taking a little bit of damage there as he peeks up over the middle. And Canadian Impact has realised he can perhaps come in, reset the capper as he start looking to hunt for this STRV, who's in a dangerous position. He is spotted, and V has to be careful however he moves, because if there is any Elevate guns pointing his way, he's going to be punished for that.
He's going to trigger the cap because this is a good opening for them, because there is actually no one left there to spot him actively. So now there will be probably rotation coming in immediately from Unique to try to deal with this, and also Elevate will try to focus all of their tanks around this part of the map, except maybe one Bachat who will keep their flank secure.
Firko in his Super Conqueror peeking up over the ridgeline, and Godlike in his IS-7 beside him trying to get some vision on the cap circle. This Canadian Impact not with a normal area in the cap circle. He's over to the right hand side. Normally tanks will be on the left hand side, so nice play there from him for starting this cap circle.
Yeah, he can afford it because there is actually no one there to spot him. All the guys are far away. We need to see does anyone one of them actually has the binos. This i7 that you can see on screen on F0 cannot spot him because he is in land depression, and he has to actually go up in order to see Canadian, and that would make him completely exposed to guys like Positive and other Bachats. They will clip him. That's just not worth it. Unique has to make some different approach.
Godlike stitching his fire across the cap circle there, trying to get some connections. And look at this from Ox Mathis, great flanking here, trying to get some shots on these tanks. When he peek over, he does have a line of sight into Godlike, might be able to penetrate into that turret. And look at this, Canadian Impact has moved position in the cap circle.
That's called the tactics of when you know the grenade makes a crater, it's not gonna hit again. So they were shooting there all the time, and they are okay. He's not there, and he now went there when he saw they stopped.
Now we're going to get down to 28 seconds. There's going to be more tanks coming into the cap circle. They're going to try and trigger a cap on the right-hand side of the map. There is a push trying to get spots. Canadian Impact is spotted. Shot coming in. Cap reset. He pulls away, but they have pulled Unique out of the situation to try and force them into this cap circle. And look at the damage going down. Positive taking a lot of damage for this push. There is a fight on the right-hand side of the map between the two teams. Lucifer taking damage in his IS-7 as he pushes into this area. And Elevate coming out on top of this situation right now, but Unique still with the more HP on the boards.
Unique is actually still controlling it, and Positive being on 100 HP, that is not something that Elevate wanted to subscribe from. This is too much of damage he picked up. Probably a careless peek in one moment that was already pre-aimed by a bunch of Unique guns. Now we are in half game, half time is almost here, 5 minutes are almost done, and there is no cap pressure, and Unique still has even some HP advantage.
Lucifer and Welly pinned in this area. Welly is a one-shot. He has to be very careful if he exposes himself to any tanks of Elevate. Lucifer doing his best to protect him right now and keep the tanks over on the bottom right side of the map pinned into that area. Multiple Elevate tanks are spotted. Multiple Elevate tanks have taken a bit of damage, but they are surviving here at the moment. HP is fairly equal across both teams. The problem Elevate have is they're also always playing against the clock right now as the attacking team.
4 minutes, 45 seconds. Let's say the health displacement is much better on Elevate side because all the loss is on Positive, so they will just keep him somewhere in the back to snipe and support, while we have a couple of guys from Unique who are damaged. And Valley is also on one shot for anyone in this game, like even Canadian, if he high rolls, he can kill him.
Furico taking an HE shell to the face for him, peeking up over the ridgeline now. If you're a neutral viewer right now, you have two teams to choose from for who you want to win, and you couldn't have two better teams. Both of them have their individual stories unique. The young team here from Russia, never been able to quite make it to the finals, always been usually Tornado or Navi ahead of them. Now Unique have a perfect chance to rise up and be counted right now. Whereas Elevate, North American champions back-to-back, triple champions actually in that region, coming in here, getting defeated in their first game 5-0, then smashing Rush aside 5-1 and able to secure their place in the quarterfinals. Both of these teams have a lot to play for. Both of these teams arguably deserve to make it through to the next stage of this tournament.
As guys from Elevate said, it was a double team effort to take out Rush between them and Noobs. It took everything they had, but it was done. First time in the history of the tanks. Maybe possibly making a new era coming because of that. But still, we are in this game 3.5 minutes till the end. Cap pressure is back again, but Unique does have all HP they need to do it. So let's not forget, cap pressure here is not even important. The time is ticking away. That means they can always charge one tank down, spot it, and be done with it.
Nuki trying to do a climb there to get into the top spotting area, but wasn't able to make it, has to come down. Veet getting spotted again at STRV, taking a shot. Nuki in this elevated position looking for some shots, but Canadian Impact has himself safe. Canadian Impact is spotted, starts moving away, takes damage for that, and once again Elevate forced off the cap circle. Unique taking damage trying to move in to do that, and at some point Elevate surely has to fancy their chances in taking a team fight, and that's exactly what we're seeing here with Todama and Brett moving through the middle.
The fight is starting on. There is a push here coming by Elevate tanks. They want to collide on I-7 and Bashad. Lucifer is down. Veli is there on one shot. Let's not forget, Veet is also on one shot behind him. But entire force of Unique is now going upon them.
Welly has no one to help him out here as Enemy Lord Brett and Dodoma coming around looking to try and get a kill. Welly's going to take a shot before he goes. Dodoma and Brett both taking a hit as they move into the area. Might have been a bit of a team shot there coming in. Not quite sure of the angles there, but Osk Manthus is the one that finally gets the kill. And look at this, STV coming around. They're going to turn their guns around to get multiple shots into the tanks of Unique. Above them, Batjack coming in behind. Can Elevate make this? They do have the advantage. It is 7 guns against 5 of Unique, and Elevate, if they can continue to maintain their HP right now, 2 minutes left on the battlefield. Can they do this? It looks like Elevate are going to be taking round 1 here against Unique.
I don't know about that yet, but Shaman is alone and there is 2 minutes. Shaman is the only guy with HP. Dodoma will definitely survive this engagement. There is 6 guns from Elevate here alive. Veet taken out. Yep, This is definitely gonna be Elevate round.
Elevate going to pick this one up cleanly. The Shaman is left alive in the middle of the battle. It's 2 minutes to take him down. He's trying to run away, but everyone from Elevate knows where he is. They have fast enough tanks to be able to catch him, although somebody does need to do a tracking shot right here. Canadian Impact above the Shaman has vision for him. I'm not sure actually right now if Elevate has enough guns to be able to come back round. Positive could potentially die here if he peeks onto Shaman. There's one shot. Positive has to be careful, but Vetro's right beside him here. Shaman, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and this is going to be Elevate picking up round 1 here on Sand River.
If you have 1 HP each and there is 6 of you against one guy, you will still kill him. That's about it. He doesn't have a machine gun, so he can deal with them. Good round by Elevate again. Good Sand Rivers they are doing when we are watching them on stream here. So these guys can be really satisfied with this opening, but this is best of 13. So 7 rounds are needed to win the entire match. It's going to be a long session, so they better be prepared for that.
Whilst Elevate still had the guns left there at the end, it was going to be potentially difficult to catch up with the IS-7, but he had nowhere to go to. Left in the end, there was still Batchats and that T100 available to keep pace with the IS-7 and punish him for that. So Elevate off to a perfect start, finishing round 1 here as the winners. Multiple tanks still left alive as well. Teams are going to swap position now. And now it's going to be Elevate on the defense. It's going to be Unique on the attack. Can Elevate make this 2-0? Or Unique going to tie things up at 1-1 as we then move into Mines for our second map of the match.
Elevate took both rounds out of Rush in a previous match they played in the groups. They started well with taking this one first. I'm actually looking forward to see how will they play their defense now. Honestly, Unique needs to get their grip together because I don't know what were they doing with that STRV, losing half HP there. Okay, you're close for some close combat, but we really lost a lot of HP for nothing during that game. And not only him.
Yep, you can see here just the overmatch going down. Nuki getting himself stuck in a position, trying to come around and get these back chats, but he only had one more shot left. It was a bit bold. Shaman coming around. There is Brett on the other side of him. Positive was potentially one of the only tanks who could do something along with the T100. Both of them on one shots, but Vetro coming in there actually with a full clip and lots of HP to be able to take some shots in the end. And you can see the frustration here and the feelings from Unique. Perhaps not quite expecting that one and, well, saying, we'll give them that round.
Well, he's not very happy when you're watching like that.
You see here Canadian Impact. Last minute, 20 seconds get spoiled, moves off immediately. There is that delay from 6 cents being triggering, so the shot was already in the air. This is very nice here from Dodoma facing off against Godlike, getting that shot, just going in for the driver's viewport, trying to get it underneath the gun barrel, forcing the gun to turn at either side. But because he actually pushes Dodoma slightly up behind him, it then gives him a better angle to penetrate down through the front of that IS-7.
Well, there is always a choice. You are in his face or you try to back up a little. If you back up, you give him a shot. If you push him and he gets like that, he will still be able to shoot you. So that's easy.
Now, let's see how this is going to go. It was actually Ox picking up 3 kills, one of the star players here for Elevate, capable of absolutely tremendous amounts of damage, tending to always play the single shooters there for his team. Vetro, outstanding player, also known to be playing the autoloaders and damage dealers
but look
there.
At the damage. Ox is actually doing 4.6k. And Vetro is doing 3.2, but Vetro had a lot of kills and Ox didn't.
Ox is absolutely actually fantastic when he's playing these singles. You see him play the mouse a lot as well, and he's capable of doing fantastic rounds. There's other players like, Vetro. Normally they have External 007, who's also a capable player on the back chat, able to do massive amounts of damage. Elevate also now brought in Positive to the lineup for this tournament. A player we know from Europe region is also a player with the
crucial player that was playing for a Ding for a long time.
Massive amount of damage as well, yeah.
Making Kazna having nightmares after matches with him, like really doing some hard carries in moments, even on the Challengers Rumble, when it was absolutely lost in tiebreaker, 1 versus 3, but no, Positive decided that he is a pro player like he showed that sign. Before the match. Pro player.
Professional pro player. That's a joke from the EU forums if anyone is knowing that one from chat. Professional pro gamer, that was actually what it was. Now, let's see how this is going to go. Round 2 here on Sand River. It's now Unique's turn to attack. And we're going to see Elevate on the defense. Elevate looking to go ahead 2-0. Unique looking to bring it back 1-1. Mojo, lineups here. Who do you favor?
Attack lineup of Unique with 3 Butchats. Nice. They have a VZ, Super Kong, i7, a Light. This is really mixed up lineup, as you can see. Elevate playing defense with 3 i7. This is actually offensive lineup here by Elevate. I wonder, does one of them at least have Binos to control the Junes?
I hope so. Normally we see that if someone's going to play something like this, they're going to have Binos peeking over that June. I think last time we saw it in a Super Conqueror because he was able to play peekaboo and was in a good hold down position. We've also seen, for example, a Patton taking that position with Binos, but not quite sure how Elevate are going to play this. We need to look at the equipment. It's going to be either, I believe, Wall Hacks or Ox going into that position.
Positive was doing aggressive spot and he already picked up one little gift from Unique. It was, I believe, Firacle who connected on him. So that's a good start for Unique. 1 free shot of damage on very start of the game.
Positive never can catch a break in these situations. Always takes damage at the start. Always manages to bleed some HP that
like
could
a morale
perhaps
boost.
Be used later on. Canadian Impact keeping Welly lit. Welly knows roughly where Canadian Impact is going to be in order to get spotted from himself. And let's just see how this one goes. So the IS-7 up on the ridge line is able to give his team vision. That looks like it's Wallhacks up on that area. I'm curious to see if Wallhacks does indeed have Binos Mojo, and that'll have him get area. And he does. You can see the equipment there. So repair, he has a medipack, he has rations, and it comes to his equipment, he does have Binos there in his IS-7.
Brett was spotted now, and they also are spotting the push that is coming in from Unique on the K line. This actually might be a fast engagement, but Unique doesn't know how many tanks are there behind the corner.
Oh, Unique pushing down into this corner with Welly and the Shaman. They know that there's a T100 and they know that Positive's there, but they do not know that Ox and Enemy Lord Brett are there as well. Welly cautiously stopping at that corner, and this is 4-on-2 at the moment, although there is additional support from Unique coming through the dry riverbed, and these tanks from Elevate actually might be isolated here.
They might actually be in a problem because there is a lot of Unique tanks there that can actually support each other. Canadian is taking a shot here. Still, there is not a real spot on these tanks. There should be it now. Valley should really shortly peek and spot the rest of them. But Elevate is hiding their cards. They're still hiding the tanks, and they're still not aware how many actually of them is waiting. There we go. Ox spotted, Positive spotted.
Still a 4-on-4 at the moment. Unique not quite sure if they want to take this one. Godlike wants to perhaps come over and try and get some shots in a moment. Canadian Impact and Positive taking it. Vetro now takes a hit in his STRV. He's up on that hill. Wallhack still on the far side. Dodoma still on the far side holding off Lucifer. And right now it looks like Unique are not wanting to take this engagement at the bottom of the map, Mojo.
No, they realized what's going on. That would be too risky. These guys are trenched up. They have a crossfire. They do not want to do it. But the rotation will take some time. They can fake it, or they can just go and try to prevent them from rotating back while they're attacking their teammates on the top of the map.
Are they going to risk it for a biscuit? Or are they going to just gather their thoughts and perhaps come back from another plan? It looks like they can't decide which way they want to go either or. But look at this, Elevate pushing around. Ox taking a big hit there from the Shaman. Enemy Lord Brett giving him covering fire, looking for some shots here. Ox potentially could be in a dangerous situation. Brett not making that first connection. Now Ox is going to duel out with the Shaman. Shaman reloading quicker in that 5A, but now Brett's going to come round. He is protected, and they're going to pummel shots into the Shaman, who's isolated from the rest of his team with no one to help him.
There is no one to help him because they're busy elsewhere. Positive is pushing on Vit, but Vit is pushing back, so Firacle can actually give one shot to Positive. That makes Vit very likely to win this engagement if it's one-on-one, but Wallhacks is now coming in.
Elevate needing to start managing their HP a bit better right now. They are getting engagements here against Unique, but they're taking a lot of damage for it as well. He drops Ox Mathis in that area. Wallhacks dueling out here against Veet. Wallhacks needs to make this shot count because he's taking a lot of damage for it. Positive want to come round the back at the moment. Unique have lost 2 tanks, but they still have a lot of HP remaining on other tanks. However, Godlike and Firacle are both on 1 shots.
Such a luck for Positive. He did like an Indian run around this I7 and survived. Now there is a counter push by Elevate. They are down on HP, but I believe they can actually do it.
It is 5 guns to 3 right now. Normally guns in the game are the advantage, but Unique have a truck ton of HP for Elevate to try and break their way through. The benefit here that Elevate has is that they are the team that have the defensive position. They can have the clock down against them, but they've already lost the tank, and they have to be careful because both Positive and Canadian Impact are 1-shots.
There is a lot of here at stake. I believe that Unique does not want to let them run with one entire map out, while Elevate could, of course, use that buff. Vitro is trying to focus on watching this side of the map, but he will be pressed by Lucifer. There is a really fluent game coming in now from Unique, and I actually like how both teams play so far.
Vetro backing off in that area. Lucifer pushing up in the IS-7. Now we look from the viewpoint of Nuki, already on 1,200 damage, looking to make it more as he does spot out Vetro but can't get a shot through the building. That low profile of the STRV keeping him safe as he backs off in defensive area. Now it looks like Unique starting to gather the tanks up, perhaps looking to do some kind of cap at base 2, but they're going to have a lot of angles to get through. As I was saying, this is a problem that Elevate have right now. Unique have a lot of HP on various tanks. The only kind of benefit that Elevate have is that one of them is a T100, which means they should be able to pen that fairly easily.
Yeah, but also problem is because the T100 will be really hard to spot, and he can sit on cap until the very last moment, maybe possibly even hidden behind an IS-7, so they can do a double cap. Nuki can provide them some cover. The Brett is the only guy who can play around with his HP.
Brett going to go in here amongst two tanks, has to be careful, takes one from Welly, wanting to get shots into IS-7. Nuki peeking out as well. That was a bit of a bait and a really nice play there from Unique, being able to drop that HP off Brett, and the advantage that he had is gone, and Elevate have to really manage their HP when they're taking these engagements. Return fire needs to be more focused from them, and they need to drop someone quickly from Unique so they can use this gun advantage, because they do not have an HP advantage.
Vitro is the only guy who is not on one shot, but even he can die by IS-7. It's like really slightly above 490. So these guys are actually now in a problem. Elevate, after this exchange, are in a deep problem. That was really careless push by Brett.
Positive has to be careful as he drops down this area. Brett taking losing a lot of HP in that situation and only really getting one shot back for it. Now Welly is sneaking around the back here of the Elevate lines, and this is nice play from Unique. They are not giving Elevate any time to rest and relax and gather their forces. Unique are wanting to press this one, they're wanting to get the win. Vetro is spotted, doesn't really have an angle there, Welly, and it'll be difficult to try and pen the STRV from that area.
3 minutes 20 seconds, important for them is they actually spotted him, and what is he watching? Then Bachat is already on the other side, Nuki is watching the other side, so these guys can now effectively even pressure the cap if they decide so.
Time still ticking down here from Elevate. They're making it last as long as possible, making Unique work for it. Now they're not driving into the guns because they say, look guys, there's no point. The base, the capture has started, there's 2 minutes on it. So Elevate still have at least another minute they know that they can play with afterwards if they can move up and get a reset. That's with only one tank on the cap. Now his T100 has to come back and protect his teammate from some other angles. The IS-7 can look at everyone here. Elevate need to start spreading their tanks out, give themselves different angles here to be able to shoot into the tanks of Unique and pull their attention to different areas.
Lucifer here doing some serious cooldown action, preventing anyone from spotting the cap. It's smart choice to actually keep Welly spotting the other side of the map. He's more mobile than Nuki, he has more HP and definitely better camo value, so it's gonna be much harder for anyone to kill him.
Lucifer doing a couple of shots there, taking out some buildings. He sees Positive. Welly gets the kill there. Positive coming around on the back, and that is the third kill for the T100. Such a vital tank so many times we see here in 7 versus 7.
And Lucifer can stay here and tank the damage if needed. So all they need to do is just make sure that no one approaches the Bachat unspotted. There you go, Welly taking Canadian now. That light is a murderous one.
Welly picking up his 4th kill of the match. Enemy Lord Brett is a 1-shot. Vetro would be a 2-shot for any of the other tanks other than the IS-7, and Elevate just watching this match this round slowly just slide out of the grip. Now we're going to get a triple cap down to 9 seconds. Elevate not in a position really at all to be able to come in and reset this. They're so far away from the base, and expertly played there by Unique to take out 2 tanks and then triple cap completely uncontested.
A bit of happiness here for them because they already equaled the match. As I said, the first one, I really don't understand what were they completely playing there. It was some kind of counter tactics. They were expecting something else, I believe, from Elevate, which didn't happen. So Unique now taking firmly this round, making it 1-1, and Sand River is done. And dusted, if you want to say.
Done and dusted indeed, Mojo. Yes, Sand River out of the way. Now we're going to be going into our next map between these two teams, which is going to be Mines. It was Unique's pick, and I believe they'll be starting out on the attack. Also, Elevate did have that dream start, but now things come crashing back to normal. Things are all square, however, so Elevate fans don't worry just yet. It just means things are equal, and Elevate can potentially take control once again once we go to Mines. It is going to be a tough call for them, though.
Mr. Control Freak there. Looking casual as always.
Wally looking like he has this one nice and easy. This is where Enemy Lord Brett came down and helped out Ox Mathis against the Shaman. First kill going to Elevate, but sadly Elevate just weren't able to protect their HP. This was a real bit of a bait by Unique to draw in Brett. 3 tanks there, all able to shoot him. Brett looked like he wanted to go for the IS-7, perhaps isolate him, but there was additional backup by the Batcha, and the T100 positive come round here. Misses his shot on Welly. Welly turns around, makes an easy kill, and then Welly picks up the kill here on Canadian Impact, and you can just see the reaction there from Canadian Impact. Not happy at all.
Mr. Mahoney himself. We were laughing ourselves here because who watched Police Academy, he knows who Mahoney is.
Recognized the name straight away, but hey, Canadian Impact doing extremely well for his team. Positive come around here, and Godlike, saved by his teammate, was about to die. Godlike just not able to get a shot in time, and Positive just flying past here. Crashing into a tree at the end. And
that's
at this
a really
point,
good moment. They
point,
almost turned it.
Yeah, at this point it looked like Elevate were perhaps in control. It was 5-on-3, but then they lost 2 tanks in quick succession and just not really able to get the tanks with HP into the fight. The tanks with little HP getting taken out.
No, they lost the game in a moment when Brett, with 100% HP, pushed in the middle of the field there, and he was shot by everyone from Unique. They sacrificed every possible HP needed just to take him out because they knew if he drops on low HP or dies, that's pretty much it. No one else had HP to play around with.
Currently using the name Anime Lord Brett. He was previously Godlike Brett. Perhaps he should, or God Emperor Brett, one of the two. Perhaps he should go back to the old name because, well, an Anime Lord is not currently doing too great here
but
in this
anime movies
matchup.
are so fun.
Vetro coming in top damage here for Elevate. Came in second previously behind Ox Mathis. Welly picking up 4 kills in that T100, so great plays from him. That light tank picking up the kills for his team.
It's really crucial and good disposition what they did, like keeping that Batchat on low HP on the cap. But we are going to the next round. It's gonna be Mines. Unique is attacking, Elevate is defending. The lineup from Unique tells us they want a brawl immediately. They have a light tank, 13105. We've seen it used even yesterday.
Indeed, and on the defensive lineup, we see an E4. Actually, is the E4 coming out?
Yeah, there is E4, played by Positive, Canadian, T100, so this is a standard setup that will not go to the hill. Most definitely, these tanks are going left to prevent anyone going for the water, while Unique is immediately doing a full push on the middle, trying to prevent anyone to climb up on a mountain. That's their goal with this. They're gonna try to aggressively spot ahead and shoot if there is anyone up. If not, then they're gonna displace.
Batchat 105 getting up early. No spots right now. They're gonna tell the rest of the team nobody's up in that area. Welly and Nuki able to get extreme positioning for their team. But look at this on the other side. T100 pushing up all the way here by Canadian Impact, unchallenged up the side of this map. Now that Unique know that T100 is not on the other side, they have to guess immediately that he's going to be on the island side on the 1-2
yeah,
line.
but this is a good play by Canadian here because they already spotted Batchat in the light, so he knew he has no competition here. And going aggressively to spot like this, that means he will see any possible rotation before it even happens. That relieves a lot of firepower needed to watch over that side. So they can focus on other things like a boost on a mountain, possible cross from the enemy tanks in their base and so on.
And immediately, 113 is
this
already
is
going
really
round.
interesting.
113 is already going around the back of the hill. 113 at the back is spotted, so that's going to let them know that somebody's over there. Canadian Impact is spotted. That is extremely dangerous, but Wojo, what do you see here?
This is very interesting. There is absolutely no one from Elevate in their base. That means they're even keeping some tanks away from the proxy. That means that if they see any kind of push on 8-9 line, they're gonna immediately push with everyone they have up on a hill to prevail, to try to prevail. And these I7s on G4 will just keep some kind of crossfire to keep the control, and together with E4.
Lucifer taking a hit there. Now Firico taking a hit, losing his commander on the Super Conqueror, so no Sixth Sense for him. It's a Super Conqueror, like we said earlier on. Most players not taking a Medipack for the Super Conqueror, so Firico will be playing this battle without any Sixth Sense, won't know when he's spotted, and that could actually be potentially really dangerous later on when any fights happen.
It's gonna be a huge fight. Godlike is just going for it. He's in a back. This is going to start to be a brawl immediately. Batchat and the light tank are dropping down also.
Godlike coming round with the AMX 1305 and the Batchat. At the same time, there's a push in the middle. Unique going here. All forwards, all front. It is a YOLO move, bit of an all-in. Welly taking huge amounts of damage in his Batchat in return. Elevate taking damage across the board on multiple tanks. Welly down to a one-shot in his Batchat for Unique. What can happen here? Elevate, look at this. Wall Hacks is taken out. Firico getting the first kill Tornado there in his Super Conqueror, but in return, Willie has been dropped for Unique, and the fight continues here, but Elevate are not winning this one. It is Unique taking the advantage, but Canadian Impact coming around the back. Enemy Lord Brett right in the middle of everyone's faces. Canadian Impact, can he be the difference? I'm not sure if he can, because Unique look like they just have the HP advantage right now.
2000 HP and more advantage for Unique here. This was an animal kind of push here. They instinctively knew what to do about Elevate, though they didn't see all the tanks. They went against all odds and they had a perfect crossfire here. Brett will die in seconds. There is no way Elevate can do anything to win this game.
Damage coming here from the tanks of Unique, just too strong against Elevate. It has been said on Analyst Desk multiple times, you don't really ever want to take a Russian team in a brawl in Mines. It's something they do bread and butter in that region all the time, and simply they will just almost outplay every other team every single time, especially Tornado, especially Unique. This is something that happens all the time in that region, and they are so damn good at it.
Yeah, but this was not brawl, this was tactical. That had nothing to do with it. That would mean they would rush the hill from the start. This was different thing. They were actually trying to outplay Unique by trapping them, by making them think, okay, you push our base, we push up, and we win the game like that. But Unique read them and was 3 steps ahead of them. When they pushed, they did a pincer. They actually dropped the budget and a light tank down, which is not something you usually do. You would actually keep them to keep the control of the upper hill. So they pushed full YOLO with 1-1-13. Those two guys pincering the guys in the middle, clipping them in their backs, the Super Conqueror and the I7, while pushing frontal so they have nowhere to go. Absolutely denying them any kind of advantage.
It's like you said, Mojo, you're expecting an immediate push from the guys in the middle to come round, but the thing is that the guys that came round in the flank were the ones that started that fight, which pulled the attention of Elevate over to them as then the push came in at the middle. Fantastic pincer play, coming in on 2 different fronts, and Elevate simply not able to handle it. Had their perhaps defensive line been set up in a different way, they might have received that better, but having everyone bottled up in the one area, they just couldn't deal with the fact that they were getting shot from multiple angles.
They just didn't think that Unique will realize what are they doing.
Yeah.
That's about it. Because otherwise, if they had tanks in a base, and if Unique thought they have tanks in a base, there would be no way they would even try something like this.
And when it came to it as well, it seemed that Elevate didn't know whether they wanted to just push forward and kill the guys in front of them, or turn around and try and deal with the guys behind them. And they kind of got caught between 2 mines, which then makes it easier for Unique to get their shots in, because they have tanks exposing armor left, right, and center.
In all honesty, the game was done the moment Unique realized what's going on, and they started to push within seconds. That's why I said like that in animal kind of reflexes. Look at this, the 1-1-1-3 already pushing here together with these lights like a Bachat and a light tank, so they had full clips in their back, and there was nothing Elevate could do in that moment. Only thing that would really save them is maybe some lucky blow-ups of enemy tanks. That's about it.
A lucky ammo rack. We've seen it happen already during the tournament. We've seen a couple of lucky fires as well, but it looks like luck currently not on Elevate's side with regards to RNG ammo racks right now, but it could always come into play later on. Positive, last tank alive for his team in that E4, just going down here. 2 Unique, who finished off that round with 4 tanks alive. Nuki and Shaman pretty much on full HP, and you can see Wally's reaction, not happy with that whatsoever.
Well, there is nothing to be happy about. Every round here matters. This is a single elimination round, the quarterfinals. There is no back after this. Best of 13. Who gets to 7? He gets the cookie.
Firico getting 2 kills there, as is Veet. Nuki and Shaman picking up 1 each. Now top damage here coming out. Shaman, then Firico, Godlike, and Veet. Heavies coming up over there in the middle, and one of the 1-1-3s from the back. Nicely done there by Unique. It was Brett doing the most damage. He was surviving pretty much till the end, second last to go, I think, just before positive. And unfortunate for Elevate, first time now Unique has stepped ahead in this match. They are leading 2-1, but we're going to get round 2 here on Mines in just a second. It's going to be Elevate on the attack. It's going to be Unique on the defense. And let's see if Elevate can pull something out the bag here. Can they draw it all level? Can they make it all square 2-2? Or are we going to see Elevate leading the way here 3-1? There's only one way to find out, and that's to jump into this level round on Mines. Elevate leading the charge here. They're on attack, and Unique is on defense.
Elevate playing with 1 Bachat and light. The rest is really offensive setup. A lot of 113s you can see here. This is not a setup you usually play water with unless you want to push completely over the island. So no cap pressure whatsoever. This is usually something you would take more to play middle. And on Unique side, we have bunch of Super Conquerors IS-7s and 2 lights. And this is definitely a setup you do take to go and charge the middle.
See if they can make this play work for them. Elevate on the attack. 113s. Super Conqueror Light coming out here. Unique on defense. Taking a lineup double. T100 as well coming out here. Mojo, potential quick climbs here. They
What
are
a
rushing
mind play.
into the hill here. No connections there from the tanks of Elevate. And, well, Nuki gets a climb up at the same time, and they're pulling the attention here from Elevate left, right, and center.
This is why they have 2 lights. They didn't want to charge the hill to exactly fight. They did a mind play so they could buy time to climb this light here. Positive actually tried to flank them from the back surprise, but look at the response. Shaman and Godlike already knew it, and he's on half HP. So they gave hill effectively to Elevate because they don't care. They have a light up on a hill now, and he will lit them up and he will shoot them in their backs, whatever they do.
Positive in a world of trouble there. He manages to back off safely and doesn't take any more damage. Canadian Impact takes a hit in his T100. Looks like he was perhaps thinking of some kind of counter climb, but he is spotted at the top of the map. Lucifer now in that extra T100 is going to go back to his base, and he can effectively go wherever he wants right now. It's going to take a while for Elevate to deal with him.
I think he will go to H1.
Unique looking to take advantage here. Elevate looking to perhaps take advantage of the fact they have one extra tank effectively with the heavies, but positional play here from Unique could actually be completely telling as this battle proceeds.
This is actually really interesting play by Unique. I like the thing we saw now. I like this tactics. This is complete messing with the minds of Elevate because they completely counterplay them and the Elevate didn't know how to respond. Now effectively Elevate is blocked off everywhere and they need to be super careful how they proceed.
Nice shot angle here from Positive. Not sure if he wants to shoot and reveal himself just yet. Just waiting for a tank to expose itself a bit further here. Firico, Veit and Welly backing off from this hill area, and rightly so. Unique are on the defense. They're just saying, come at us, guys. Canadian Impact trying to make the climb. Does make it. Everyone is pulled back from Elevate, Unique in that area. So nobody sees Canadian Impact make this climb. Nobody will know he's up there, Mojo.
Canadian is playing this light like a boss entire tournament. He can actually be the guy who will actually win the game for Elevate again.
Nuki
He's spotting
shot.
now. Nuki knows it.
Nuki knows he's up there. Nuki shot. He could have potentially jumped in there straight away and just taken the one-on-one. Providing that there's no ammo racks one-on-one here.
Those
in that
Super
situation, if
Conquerors
someone
do
takes
have
the first
something to
shot.
say about
yeah,
it.
they do have the angles, but I'm saying if Canadian actually had got the drop on Nuki when Nuki had shot one-on-one just facing off against each other, generally it's like bat chat on bat chat. Whoever lands the first shot is going to be the one that wins the fight.
Yeah, but he couldn't because Super Conquerors were waiting for that. They would just wreck him while he's crossing. He would take maybe give one to Nuki, but he would take like 1 or 2 for Super Conks. And what's the deal with that?
No doubt about that. I was just saying on the one-on-one it could have happened. But let's see how this one goes. There is Super Conquerors aiming at him. There is Super Conquerors and tanks from Elevate aiming also up into that area, both protecting their light tanks because they know that's such a vital area to hold at the moment. Brett circling around at the back of the map, not sure if he wants to go down onto the 8-9 line or whether he wants to go into the middle of his tank. Lucifer here spotting out on the 1-2 line. Batchat further up there from Positive, who's already taken multiple hits in this round.
Positive has to be really careful. Like even if he sees a good opportunity to shoot someone, he cannot. Because even a single connection from that light tank on H2 can bring him to really low HP that light can actually just go and engage him and kill him one-on-one easily. So you can see, he sees the butts of these guys, and they know it. They're like waving it. They're like waving it. Come on,
And here comes a push from the tanks of Elevate going round the corner. They want to take overmatch on the Super Conquerors because they were all facing up on the hill where Canadian Impact is. Vetro holding fire up on the top as well. And this push from Elevate is actually going to work in their favour as Dodoma drops Veit. They're going to continue to focus down into the next tank. Canadian Impact and Nuki looking like they're trying to duel each other, or they might try and just get shots in the melee below them. As Firico's going to be next on focus. Welly trying to run around the corner, and Elevate keeping their HP, keeping their guns in the game. And it's another tank from Unique. Unique are bleeding tanks across the board, and this is a great push here from Elevate, all in here, and they've absolutely decimated the tanks of Unique now.
What a wrecking ball here happening live. Elevate dismantling Unique and their campy tactics. This is really cool. Like Unique really played something original from the start, but the weakness of it having 2 lights. 2 lights need time to do damage. They don't have the huge penetration. And it doesn't matter if Positive dies here. It's only Godlike and Lucifer left in the game.
Fantastic play from the heavies there, and look at how much HP left Canadian Impact has. The T100 of Nuki has been dropped to Doma with the ram kill on Godlike at the end, and Elevate are going to take this round on Mines cleanly and draw things back to 2-2 between these teams.
What to say? I liked the opening of Unique. They gained a lot by it. But I don't think the positions of heavies were the best after that. They had to commit them to the middle because they had to cover the light that's going there. But after that, they had no chance to extract the super conks. And to win an engagement, if you're pushed on the hill, you need to have them in the base. Now Canadian is the guy keeping Lucifer pinned here. The rest of the guys will just come for the blood itself to kill him.
Just thinking about that, Mojo, just when you said those two IS-7s were teasing positive as if to say, here we are, here we are. As soon as they were spotted down on that beach, Elevate knew that they could push round and he didn't have to worry about the IS-7 shooting them, so they could drive all the way around and take the overmatch on the Super Conquerors. Great read there from Elevate and a bit of an overextension from Unique to do that. Trying to bait out something from Positive, those IS-7s, once they went down, they just couldn't stop that push from the heavies. Very, very nicely done.
Even if they did some shots, I don't think they would stop them because there was a lot of HP and a lot of firepower going in there from the Elevate. And when you are attacking in that regard, you are in a bit of advantage if your enemy has no cover. Super Conquerors are brilliant. They have a great DPM and a good cooldown, but you actually need that cooldown from time to time because they have no armor also.
Yeah. Great play there from Elevate. Unique looking a bit rattled once again. All square between these two teams. We said at the start, are we going to get the Elevate that played against Oops, or are we going to get the Elevate that played against Rush? It looks like we are getting the Elevate that played against Rush. Unique are not getting an easy matchup here, and I think this has the potential, Mojo, to go the distance. I think this has the potential to go into tiebreaker.
I think Elevate matured as a team quite a lot. I was really worried about NA again because, you know, it's really hard to scream against other regions, ping issues and whatever that can happen in that regard. But Elevate matured, they are playing their game really well, and that fluke that happened 5-0 in the first match is gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. These guys are making good decisions. Himmelsdorf will be the next map to play. Now that will be a problem because Himmelsdorf is traditionally the best map for all the Russian teams.
Indeed, generally you don't want to play a Russian team on Himmelsdorf. This one being a pick actually for Elevate, and they're going to be starting off on the
really
defense
nice
here. This overmatch here, the focus fire is fantastic as well. They're just like, okay guys, let's drop Veet, and then after that, like, let's turn around in Furico. Up top, Nuki and Canadian Impact are battling it out. Canadian Impact is just ignoring. Nuki actually got set on fire, so a bit of luck going into Canadian Impact's favour there. Then he finishes him off the shot. I guess Nuki perhaps distracted, thinking that he needs to help out in the team fight, knowing that that T100 is beside him. Canadian Impact, little chuckle to himself, saying there, well, RNG's on my side for once.
Why is so serious, my friend Canadian? Always so serious. But he plays those lights like a boss, so he can be forgiven. 3.1k here on Vetro.
Again, coming up top damage for Elevate. He's being the star player so far in this matchup, and look at that, Canadian Impact in the light tank. Second top damage, outstanding play. Guess a lot of that was going to be in his favour for the fire damage as well. Look at the damage difference here. Yep.
Who cares if it's fire or whatever?
70 shots to 38. Dominating play there from Elevate. Absolutely dominating in that round.
You know what Ronaldo says? Do damage.
Don't just win, do damage. Indeed. It's going well. Going well so far here for Elevate. Holding out here against Unique. Many people perhaps potentially thought that this was going to be a bit one-sided, but no. We're going into map number 3 as Himmelsdorf, all square at 2-2. Unique on the attack, Elevate on the defense. Mojo, what do you make of these lineups?
I like that the Elevate is not playing some super heavy lineup. They have 2 Type 5s and 1 TD. That's more than enough. Everything else is potential to rotate. That means that they're not afraid of brawl with an enemy. That's very important. But I was not super impressed with the Himmelsdorf plays they did so far. So they should be very wary how they want to deal with Unique. Unique, on the other hand, playing with 2 Type 5s, 3 Super Conks, and the rotation force of 50B and Barchat.
Ox Mathis here in a 1-1-3 and Vetro in an E4. Vetro so far been a top damage dealer for Elevate, and we know Ox Mathis in these single shooters can be absolutely devastating to the enemy team, is capable of doing a massive amount of damage. Now Veet is spotted as he moves up into his area. Canadian Impact directly opposite him in his Batchat, but no shots fired yet because they're still loading. Drive by, and Lucifer takes a shot in his Super Conqueror there.
What a drive-by shooting by Dodoma there. Nice one. Batchat keeping a spot on the middle, keeping each other pinned a bit. Veet already took 1 shot also, so this is a good start here for Elevate. They bled some HP, and they only took 1 now on Animal Lord Brett. Probably from the 50B from the hill.
Lucifer, lucky there. That connection didn't actually do a lot more damage.
Must be Furico. He was That's even out of his draw range, so he was just doing some guesswork.
Good old blind shot, getting a connection.
He was spotted, but he can't see him, so he was just like general direction shooting.
That's where I think he is. I'll take him out. So Brett has taken some damage on Elevate, but on Unique, 2 of their tanks have taken damage, and Lucifer and his Super Conqueror, Veet in his Batchat. Positive and Oxmathus rotating round here. Brett just managing to dodge another shot there from Veet. Very lucky there, but he takes another shot in the rear end from a Super Conqueror down south on the tracks. Brett is going to have to scarper away there at the top of the map as well. He looks to try and get a connection into him.
There is immediate rotation here by Elevate. Look at this, Batchat is actually pushing the hill. And he will maybe try to take the 50B one-on-one, but 50B is cautious about it. Firacle is already expecting something like that, and he's waiting in a cooldown on G0. 50B off. Elevate is following, so they want to pressure that, and other guys are rotating so they can defend the other side of the map.
AMX 50B coming up in support of the Batchat, trying to
Dangerous
get a
play.
bit of hill control here. Type 5 Heavies travelling back and forward across the 5 line. Luckily, no one there able to connect into them. But what are we seeing here, Mojo?
Type 5 is already pressuring the rail. He's gonna try to challenge to see who is watching the one cap. If he sees no one, they're gonna rush the Batchat there. They're gonna rush him, and they're gonna try to pressure from that side. 3 tanks are on a hill from Elevate. This is really dangerous, because if the pressure from Unique comes in a proper moment, they are going to be toasted. But if they manage to lure some kind of trap to the guys from Unique on a hill, they just may win the game because of it.
Veet actually going to the far side of the castle. He could get isolated up here all alone if he goes all the way around. Let's have a look and see where the tanks of Elevate are, because this could be absolutely terrible for Veet in a few seconds. He's going to peek at the top of the hill.
I really
want to
see the positions of
Oh my
Elevate.
god, Veet is spotted. He sees Positive. Enemy Lord Brett and Canadian Impact are not spotted. Veet's backing off. Are they going to continue? Positive takes a hit from the 50B. Canadian Impact and Enemy Lord Brett are going to come round here. Veet's going to back off into the corner. Couple of shots more into Positive, but now they're going round to Canadian Impact, looking to get shots into Veet. Veet is down. Canadian Impact gets the kill, and that is the kind of ace in the hole of Unique gone out of the way. Now, are they going to push up into the cab circle? Type 5 Heavy rushing up the one line as fast as it can, but it's not a fast tank.
They're trying to cut them off now. They're trying to pressure the 8 lines so they can't go back to the base. Caesar said once, Alea Yakta S, the dice been thrown, so they threw the dice, went for the hill, and they actually profited from it.
Courtyard control coming here for Unique, driving through the middle, trying to get pressure onto the number 2 base. They want that Type 5 Heavy to try and slide its way into the number 1 base and be protected. They want to try and hold off Elevate from trying to get any positional play along the 1-2-3 line and come over to Type 5 Heavy leading the charge. Conqueror right behind him. E4 of Elevate moving across. Have to be careful not to be wrapped around from the back. There's a Super Conqueror sitting at the edge of the Courtyard. There's a shot coming back up into the hill here. What can he do to try and get covering fire? Batchat's coming down. WZ's coming fire. Batchat straight into 50B. Oh my god, he's in a sandwich right now. He is in a world of hurt. Canadian Impact, front and back, tanks either side of him. He's going to go down. One more shot and he will fall. He gets a shot back into Firacle. Firacle comes round, picks up that kill. Canadian Impact all alone at the bottom of the map.
Canadian, that was really not needed. You should have waited for your mates, especially for VZ, so you don't tank the damage alone. Now, all the advantage that Elevate actually had is thrown away, and they're forced to chase the tanks. They have 2 tanks out of the game completely, while Elevate is actually, while Unique is already there pressuring them.
Wallhacks comes round, takes 3 shots, takes 2 shots more. No one else in his team's able to get angles right now, take shots. Need to drop a tank because Wallhacks is going to be focused. Another one going into him, and the Shaman picks up the tanks. This is a problem from Elevate right now. They cannot focus their guns on any one individual tank of Unique, and Unique has the better angles. They are winning this team fight. The exchange is brutal right now on the side of Unique, but Elevate still in here, still swinging. It is getting very close. It's just going to be who drops the next tank, who has the gun advantage. Dodoma surviving on 91 HP in his Type 5 Heavy. He finally goes down. It's tank for tank right now. Unique still with the slight advantage here on HP, but it's 4 versus 4. Oxmanthus might be the next one to fall, but somebody, if they can kill Lucifer, that'll be a big thing for Elevate.
There is much better positions here for Unique than for Elevate. Let's not forget, Brett is out of this game. He's far away. He can just snipe Positive also, and he's also now still on reload. Vicho will fall any second, and that's the last tank that can actually do some huge damage on these guys.
Vetro still surviving to the end there. He doesn't have a shot left. He's unfortunately not able to get a reload in time. There's still 4 guns here for Unique, 4 tanks alive, and only positive for Elevate comes round that corner. They know exactly where he is. He is on fire, and the Shaman picks this one up, and Unique are going to be taking the lead here, 3-2 on the first round of Himmelsdorf.
That's such a shame. This was a great advantage for them. They made in one moment, and that one move by Canadian pretty much threw it away. That was a misjudgment call by a guy who saved so many rounds from Elevate on this competition so far, so we can't really be harsh on him. But that's a big moment they had to actually take a lead in this competition.
And we've seen this a couple of times on Himmelsdorf. Teams coming down from the hill on that south side, they take the inside road and end up being caught between tanks of the enemy team. It's a very, very bold play to try and make when you don't have a full idea of the enemy lineup. They had no idea of the 50B being south, but the Super Conqueror was above him in the banana road, so immediately he was caught in that area with nowhere to go, other than, I guess, driving directly south. But then the 50B is just going to chase him in that situation.
He just should have never pushed without VZ there. Because if you're with VZ, you're at least 2 guys, you can then sit and trade, even if it's a Clipper against you, you can do something about it. Positive was also already spotted on a hill, so everyone from Unique knew that there is no more than 2 coming down from that hill. It was just not worth it. Look at this. He lost so much HP here.
Yep. And it was like I mean, even when they were on the hill, like pushing over, Positive took about 3 shots before they could even finally go over and start getting shots into the batchet of Veit. So, I mean, I think it wasn't Firico getting the shots, but you know, it was good that they dropped the batchet on the hill, but they took so much damage for doing that, and then immediately the push comes in from Unique because they know that there's 3 tanks of Elevate up on the hill. So Veit here, I mean, he still manages to get a parting shot before they go down, but look at this, Positive is on sub-half health. Brett had taken some damage there as well, and then when this fight comes in, there doesn't seem to be any real focus fire here from
Look at the nice shield. Look at the nice shield that here was made here. Pretty much saving the old HP for this Super Conk who didn't have any protection before that.
Firico set on fire in the closing stages of that game. Positive dying in the end to fire. Both 50Bs actually being set on fire there for like the final kills of the game. And Unique, not exactly looking confident, Mojo. They look like they're feeling the pressure here.
It was a hard game. It was a hard game. Elevate really stood their ground till the end. And actually, they had the lead, as I said.
Yep.
But just slight plays. Something you cannot allow yourself to do. Shame, because it was really good rotation.
A very good rotation, yep. Firico coming out top damage there, 4.1k damage, outstanding. Next tank coming down, 3.5 I believe it was, so quite a difference there in the tanks. Welly just playing with his fidget spinner. That's what the kids are all into these days, apparently, Mojo.
I don't know, man. I didn't try it, but it looks appealing, honestly.
Yeah, you just got to try someone's fidget. I nearly took it. Dead Zone was playing with one earlier, and I nearly took it off his hands just to see what the big deal was. I want to get one of those fidget cubes that everyone plays with. They look quite funky. Something to do on the desk rather than click my pen back and forward all the time. Now, how's this one going to go on Himmelsdorf for round 2? Unique currently leading Elevate 3-2. So far, these teams haven't really been able to get any massive advantage over the other. Nobody's been able to step ahead more than 1 round before things have gone all square. So can Elevate bring it back to 3-3? Or are we finally going to see a team take a lead by 2 rounds? Are we going to see Unique go ahead 4-2 here? Once we do, whatever happens next, we will have a break after this round. And Mojo, for this lineup, do you see anything special?
Well, Elevate playing super heavy in attack, 4 Type 5 heavy. I don't like that already. I hate those lineups. And Unique is playing only with 1 and really huge aggression for like counting on the DPM. So with these Type 5s, what can you do? You can easily either push the rail and try to just bounce a lot of damage and do huge pressure there, or you will go along over the hill and then you will press the A line, and that's going to take a couple of minutes.
Okay, let's see how this one goes. As Unique on the red side on defense, as Elevate on the blue side on attack. As I say, Unique currently leading Elevate 3-2. Can Elevate bring it back all square at 3-3, or will Unique go ahead 4-2? It's going to be an interesting one. It is a Russian team here against an American team fighting for their place in the semi-finals.
Unique is going for the rail immediately, and we can see even some damage done to Positive, not a little amount.
Oh, again, Positive. First tank to be shot at for his team. He is the new player for Elevate coming in for this tournament. I'm wondering if perhaps sometimes there is just a bit of communication issue, a bit of tactic issue where Positive is perhaps not on the same page as the rest of his team.
No, he just didn't expect something like this. This is super aggressive approach here by Unique. They're trying to cut off the push of Elevate in their roots. They're counting that they're actually not gonna push the hill. Look at the amount of guns here, the amount of DPN they can actually master and do here. Positive actually doesn't have any cover here. If they push him, they're just not gonna kill him for free.
Positive here facing off against 3 Super Conquerors with double AMX 50B backup. Oof. He goes round the corner, he takes a hit in the back. Big shot there as Spherical picks him off. Positive is down for his team, but what is the answer back here from Elevate? Can they push round of these Type 5 heavies and get some big hits in? There is a crossfire. They're being caught and held here by the Super Conquerors and allowing the AMX 50Bs to farm them from the side. Dodoma and 50B taking multiple shots to the face and to the side. Ox now taking hits as well. Wallhacks behind him is on a reload. Ox is on the reload. Anime Lord Brett, can he get shot? No, it's only really the Shaman that's taking any damage here. And in this team fight, Unique are all over Elevate right now. It is an absolutely brutal beating right now.
Now there we go, there are 2 guys falling for Unique, but everyone else has pretty much entire HP. 50Bs are wrecking havoc in their backs now. Type 5s, guys, they reload so long, they cannot really turn well. And they're now cornered in one really little small area.
Welly gets his clip off, comes off reload. Now Lucifer comes off reload and he can move in and get his clip. These super heavy tanks of Elevate have just been pinned into this corner and absolutely bullied by the heavy tanks of Unique. The benefit of the Type 5 heavy is a big gun, capable of doing big damage, but it's a slow moving tank, and once you isolate it in a certain area of the map, it can go nowhere. Elevate being completely pinned in here, they can't go nowhere. They go forward to get shot, they go backwards to get shot. Big shot going back into Lucifer, but it doesn't matter. Elevate are on the ropes right now, and Unique are looking for that knockout punch. Welly trading shots here with Canadian Impact coming around in the back, and his back chats doesn't drop him. Now Wallhack's looking to come around to perhaps get the killing blow. Well, he's on reload. Welly backs off. Lucifer about to come off reload. There is Welly finally dropping to Canadian Impact. Lucifer, once he comes off reload, will start clipping out into Wallhacks. There's one shot. Can Wallhacks get a big medical hit here? No, he does get a big hit, but it's not enough to drop him. Lucifer should pick that one up. Only Vetro and Canadian Impact left against the 3 tanks of Unique. It has been one hell of a fight in the bottom corner of this map, but Unique coming out on top.
It looked close, but it was under the control of Unique all the time, because don't forget, Godlike and Spherical were coming from the top part of the map with that full Type 5 and full Super Conqueror, and all the damage in that by that time was done only by these 5 guys down from Unique. So Canadian in one moment came with a full clip, he wiped up the low targets, and then he almost killed his 50B, but he lost so much HP, and now he's crippled with a dead engine and only 149 HP in attack. That's not gonna work out, we know it, and this will be 4-2 for Unique.
Can this plucky Canadian have a final impact on this round? He peeks out, he gets a shot into the Type 5 heavy. He can just splash him and kill him, but Godlike gets the shot, picking up his 3rd kill. And this is Unique taking the lead right now, 4-2 in this exchange between these 2 teams. With us now, having 6 rounds played, we're going to be taking a little break. The teams can have a pause, time to kind of gather their thoughts and prepare themselves for the rest of this match. Himmelsdorf done and dusted, Mojo. Afterwards, we're going to be going on to Ghost Town, which was a pick by Unique, and they'll be starting off on the attack for that one.
Well, this was really interesting so far. A lot of aggression from both teams. Elevate almost on par with Unique, but always lacking that little detail, little coordination that makes the round slip by. I believe that they had huge advantage on that first Himmelsdorf round, and in my eyes, this should have been 3-3, but slightly miscommunication there.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
As you like to say, Mojo. We're going to have a very short break, guys. Please don't go anywhere, and we'll see you right after that.
My mom.
Probably my father. Most likely my dad.
And for sure not from family, because they will know already from watching the stream. And maybe my roommate from college.
I think my friend, close friend.
Oh, my brother probably.
No one, just go, be happy.
First call, my parents probably.
So the main reason why we are #1 in North America is that we put more time in than other teams. We practice a lot more than they do, and I think that shows off in our gameplay due to the fact that we're able to compete at a higher level and just be consistent. Our practice is different than other teams in North America. We practice during the day, so we practice different regions. We have a lot of European and Russian practices that are during the afternoon, and then sometimes during the night we'll practice other North American teams. So we practice not only North American teams, but teams from other regions. For practices, we prefer playing the European teams, just because I think we are at the same level. So it's a lot more effective with our time and their time, because we get a lot more out of it. Practicing other regions like the Russian teams, they're a lot better than we are, but I still think we learn a lot from those ones. But overall, I'd say I'd prefer the European teams. So for the group stages, I mean, we were put into the group of death, as they call it, just because of the skill level that's in this group. Our approach for tackling this task would be to focus on Oops. We believe they're the weaker of the two teams that we face. So if we beat them, then we're guaranteed out of groups. As for Rush, we've never played them before, so we don't know what to expect, but we'll give it our all for that match. So when we lost for the first time in over a year, it wasn't really a bad feeling, because we had two of our starting players that weren't there that day. So for us, it's just like, you know, it's fine. We just didn't have our players there. So we had to play with substitutes, and I even had to play, and as a manager, that's not my job. So overall, like, finishing in an overtime loss, it's not that bad, especially considering that we didn't have our two of our best players not there that day. So other than practicing, like, as a team, I think we're very cohesive. For example, after the past Grand Finals in June, we decided to take a month-long vacation together in Europe. So that was a nice little team building exercise. So we've basically been traveling the world together for the last few years, and we're looking forward to keep that up. For the fans, I mean, I'd like to say thank you guys for supporting us. You know, we wouldn't be doing this without you guys, so thank you very much.
And welcome back here. Unique currently leading Elevate 4-2. We just saw the interview there with Comp saying that he thought that perhaps Oops would be the weaker of the two teams had to go against, playing up against Rush as well. Did, when it come down to it, Oops smashed them 5-0, but in return they then smashed Rush 5-1. So there you go. All you need to do to beat the Russian teams is not play against them.
I believe he needs to reevaluate his attitude a bit over that, but in any regard, I like the moment. I like the interview because of that moment, and they said they went on 1 month trip together for some team building. That's really cool. That's what gaming is about.
Yeah,
for me. You meet friends, you make friends in games. You just don't play with some random people somewhere.
Going round a little European tour all together as a team, but kind of shows the camaraderie here. Elevate have been playing together for a good long time now, actually. The lineup, as I say, we see here. The only real difference to what I'm used to seeing on the North American servers is that for the tournament, they have brought in Positive. Normally there is external 007 playing with the team as well, an exceptional Batchat player capable of doing a lot of damage. But for whatever reason, players not be able to make it across for the tournament. But still, Elevate doing extremely well here, getting out of the group stages, knocking out Rush, third team coming from Russia, taking no further part. First time ever that Rush have never made it out of group stages. And well, Mojo, to quote you, teams get what they deserve, and Rush, speaking to the Russian commentators, if you play bad and make mistakes, you'll get punished for it, and Elevate and Oops certainly did that.
Yeah, that day was definitely a part of history of World of Tanks. Like, that will be remembered.
The European NA double team. Fantastic result. No matter how things go today, Elevate can always hold their head, hold their head up high, knowing what they've accomplished so far. But right now, their task is to defeat Unique if they want to get through to the semi-finals. And waiting for them will be the victor of the next match. It will either be Ding versus Kaznakru, two European powerhouses. Can Elevate continue to take scalps from the other teams, or is this going to be as far as they go, Mojo?
Ghost Town is the next. It's a high brawl map. Now, Himmelsdorf, we said it was traditionally the CIS map. The Russian teams always play the best. But we will see how will it be about the Ghost Town, because Elevate actually has a chance here. It's just about the plays. We've seen a lot of guys do so far mistakes on Ghost Town, and that usually costed them around, like ignoring the fact that STRV is up or not boosting in defense very well.
Yeah, we've seen multiple teams try and attempt to do climbs. Unique actually have been one of the teams who've been able to get the climb done first time round and no problem, able to get an STRV up into that area. But is that something they're going to do here against Elevate, or are they going to just try and do something different? What's Elevate going to do? Are Elevate going to be coming in with the cap tactic or going for a brawl tactic? Let's find out, because it is going to be Ghost Town. It is map number 4. It is round number 7. And Mojo, what do you see here?
Elevate playing their defense with the mouse, with Leopard, so they're gonna do a solo climb up there, and the rest Super Kongs 150B and so on. So this is a bit of different setup that we've seen so far in the tournament, and I'm looking forward to see what Unique has to do about it, because their setup is really aggressive with 250Bs and a Bachat, only one I7 to pressure the cap.
Okay, what can you guys do here? Unique, red side on the attack, Elevate. Blue side on the defense, this Leopard being chosen so it can go up to A1, A2 area, provide covering and fire and Overwatch. Over onto base 1, but look at this, Unique just sending everyone down low.
They are pressuring immediately. This might be an immediate collision here with the enemy forces. Nuki taking one shot here, but he has important info. The rest of the team is not stopping. They are going for it.
Positive peeking out, not connecting with his shot. Nuki getting his shot now. Vetro taking a little bit of damage in his Super Conqueror. Unique are going all in right now. Divide right now. They're pushing hard into the tanks of Elevate. But Dodoma being caught out there in his mouse. Multiple shots being into him. He's trying to protect himself, trying to make himself safe. Even more shots coming into him. The HP advantage that mouse has been stripped away, and that is great shooting there from Unique.
It's not only that, it is pressure from the other side, other Super Conquerors. They're using the fact that Leopard is far away, and Lukox Mantus, he's pincered here between a couple of guys, and Dodoma is behind the corner with that engine. Amorek here on Volhex, like he's also having to use the repair kit.
Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide from Ox Mathis. He has 2 Super Conquerors behind him and he has 1 in front of him. Dodoma and Vetro trying to come into this fight to save their teammate. Ox surviving for now, but not for long, as a final shot comes into him with Welly picking up that kill and taking first blood in this battle. Elevate do not look like they have the positional play here at all, and Unique are just continuing to set up this noose and then pull it tight. Welly picking up a kill here now on Vetro. Elevate are down 2 tanks. Unique still have all their guns in the game. Nuki still surviving on 55 HP.
Unique really use the fact that they have to split around the map and that they don't have the Bachat who can go in a corner and actually make some crossfire with them. So they pushed and it paid off handsomely. They caught the mouse and now they're pressuring the remainder forces of Elevate, who really cannot master any kind of counterattack against this. This is 6 guys on a really lot of HP.
Good read here from Unique. They knew that Elevate would be sending that Leopard up onto the A line. They were able to just come running down through the bottom of the town, force a fight, effectively having an extra gun easily in this exchange. And it was actually the split play from Unique that was so powerful here.
Animal Lord Brett is the solo guy left here. He's gonna run around a bit because he doesn't want to give them attack that will end up that fast. That would be like 2.5 minutes. And in any case of tiebreaker, that would mean that Unique will automatically get a pick where they want to go. So they don't want to chase him. There we go. 3 tanks are on a cap, and they're like, okay, 30 more seconds, you can come, or you don't have to. Up to you, bro.
I mean, the thing is here on the defensive lineup, generally you're always going to take something like a Leopard or an STRV to be on that A line, to cover the cap circle. Otherwise, you're going to do something like a Type 5 Heavy, which is a bit of a gamble. But at least with the benefit of a Leopard, you can come in. If there is a team fight, you can rotate around a little bit. We've seen it before, for example, in the European regions, the Leopard coming out top damage dealer, doing a massive amount of damage. But right now, in this situation, sadly, it wasn't able to get in on the fight. Now, when there is an exchange, he can just continue to do massive amounts of damage. Firico picking up the kill, and that is Unique continuing to extend their lead here against Elevate.
Dominating display here, 5-2 for Unique on a first round of the Ghost Town. This doesn't look well for them. They were completely, Elevate was completely caught off guard. Completely. They had no answer for this whatsoever. And you can see their worried faces. They're very well aware of it.
Yeah, it's a bit more serious look from them now, looking a bit more worried. Earlier on, they were all kind of high-spirited, but I mean, usually I think positive is always a measure of a team, and you can see he's not grinning as much as he used to.
Positive is always usually just laid back and smiling casually, whatever happens, but this doesn't bode well for them. Now they will have to defend on Ghost Town. Ghost Town is usually around 50-50 map, but it favors attacker a bit more, and they lost
that was a quick
in
round.
the defense really miserably.
That was a quick round there from Unique, and this is something that we talked about before, actually, Mojo, during this week, is the aggression that can sometimes come out of Unique and the aggressive plays, and how they're another team that's like innovative with the tactics. They come up with new stuff, or they come up with stuff you're not quite expecting to hit you with so hard.
This is nothing new they did actually now. This was used many times. It just usually you have to back off because enemy has a good defense there. So you back off and then you rotate on the other side of the battlefield. But they saw the gap in their defense of Elevate and they just pressed the button immediately. As soon as the Bachat realized, okay, I saw a tank here and a tank here. So they were like, okay, the other tanks are here. They didn't see them, but they knew.
That's
and
what
you
I'm
could
saying,
see
like,
they just didn't stop driving. All of them just went.
It's the aggressive quick plays. They can just have a quick read and say, okay, guys, go now. And that split-second decision, this is usually what we feel sometimes, or I feel anyway, it feels separates the Russian teams from the European teams or the Russian teams from everyone else. They just have that quick decision-making that they can just all, in unison, make the same move, make the same call, and just go for it.
This is the final moment already when Leopard was just alone and he had to push in to try to decap, or he could have stayed AFK outside. It really didn't matter that moment.
See the reactions here from the players during that. Wally looking like a bit nonplussed, positive, not looking as chilled and as happy as he was previously. Firico coming in here, massive amount of damage. Oh my god, that is like, look how much that is compared to the next one below him. Like, holy crap.
Almost 4.8k there. That's just impressive.
And then Welly 2.6, so great play there by Firico. Only picking up a kill himself. Welly doing a bit of kill securing there with 3 on his own. Godlike picking up 2 in his IS-7, but great play there from Firico. Just showing the potential of a 50B being allowed to do its damage, reload, and get back into the fight.
And the teams are getting ready for the second round on Ghost Town. Around that will pretty much mark the victory in this match, because if Unique picks it up, I don't see Elevate coming back.
Okay, now let's go into round 2 here on Ghost Town. Let's see how this one's going to go. Unique on the defense, Elevate on the attack. Can Elevate come back into this battle, or Unique going to continue to extend their lead? Elevate running into a bit of a brick wall right now. They're finding a difficult challenge here against Unique. They are not being as much of a pushover as they found with Rush. Unique looking to go into match point. They're currently leading the battle here, 5-2. Can Elevate come back into this and make it 5-3?
Elevate playing with the mouse again. So that's something I don't like in this meta. Unique playing with the STRV. He's going to be boosted in a corner together with Bachat, and then we have this displacement of Super Kongs and fast tanks like 50Bs. This is something that we've seen in the meta. It's a really good defense. It creates a great crossfire. And they're very careful how they're putting their tanks, so they don't get squeezed the same way that they did to Elevate.
Nuki getting up into that area, pushed up by the Batshot again. We said at the start, Unique where one of the teams are able to get up here. Firico getting the shot in Canadian Impact at the start. No return fire. Firico immediately reloading from that situation.
There is no one who can really shoot him. He's quite safe there. And there is no way to get into him without taking significant amount of damage. Now Bachat is already joining his ranks in case of any kind of push, but don't forget, Elevate has a mouse. So that's always a one less tank in a push unless he actually goes first.
Super Conquerors here of Enemy Lord Brett. Vetro holding position here on the slope. Just waiting to see if there is anything here from Unique. Elevate on attack, have to make all the moves. Unique can just wait for Elevate to drive into them. Defending team generally dictates the pace of the battle because time is on their favour, and it forces the attacking team to have to make the moves.
Unique is bleeding some HP toward Elevate. Elevate got shot on 3 tanks, 4 tanks now so far, everyone taking 1 it doesn't seem much, but when the brawl starts, you're gonna need everything. And there you go, Animal, Old Breath, Vitro, and Oxmathus are pushing here. They're gonna try a pincer.
Trying to force out that super concrete here, but they're a bit late, and there is the covering fire there from Godlike as he gets a shot into Brett. Brett's not quite sure if he should continue or not. Return fire there from his teammate hitting Godlike. No shots more connecting into this fight. Canadian Impact looking to lock around the bottom of the map, but look at this, there's a counterplay as well from the bottom as a 50B and Batcha of Unique are wanting to get into this fight. Unique are wanting to get onto match point here, perhaps seal this match, finish this one earlier today as it goes on. Oh! Tracking shot there on Vetro as he backs off, and the all-loaders can continue to get into him. Shaman picking up that kill. Elevate losing tanks, losing HP left, right and centre right now, and Unique are in absolute cruise control at the moment.
Unbelievable how this goes. Unique is actually completely in control here. Elevate a bit pushed in blindly and they went into complete crossfire. We already see a similar defense like this. Kazna was actually playing it, and when they were pushed, it pretty much ended the same way like this. You try to push around the corner, the Clippers are constantly shooting you, tracking you, and your teammates, you go, there is always another gun and another gun and another gun.
Firico picking up another kill. The Shaman is now doing over 3k damage. Firico just deciding if he wants to shoot forwards or back as Godlike is able to drop Oxmathus. It's only Dodoma positive and Canadian Impact left alive for their team. Unique with a massive HP advantage here over Elevate. Elevate continuing to lose tanks left, right and centre. Only Positive is left alive for his team. He's facing off against 4 tanks of Unique. Is nearly 6.5 HP against 467. And Positive finally drops to the Shaman, picking up his 3rd kill here. Unique on match point, leading this battle 6-2 and only 1 step away from getting through to the semi-finals.
We can really see here that Elevate actually does not understand how does Ghost Town as a map works. These 2 games were bad in defense and in attack, getting yourself trapped in both ways, and I don't know. I guess this is the problem. When you play a best of 13, you cannot really bend that much. You have one map, you can say, okay, I don't want to play this against these guys, and that's it. You're forced to place everything else. Himmelsdorf was so close. They had a chance, at least for 1-1. But this is complete annihilation on this one. There was not a single moment on this Ghost Town that you could say they had a moment they can come back into the game.
Yep.
It was one way, all the way.
It looked very, very one-sided there. Elevate looking a bit at sea, not quite sure whether they wanted to push, whether they wanted to hold back, pushing in part, not all committing necessarily into an area, and Unique just absolutely playing around them, just saying, okay, there you are, guys, like, we'll take the shot, okay, we'll take the shot now, and no matter where they went, whether it was left, right, and centre, right, left, and centre, centre, right, left, you'd take it. I mean, the shots were there everywhere, and Elevate, you know, just, it's like fish in a barrel, really, Mojo, you know? Shooting fish in a barrel.
I don't like that push in the middle, because unless you really are sure that you have an overmatch, you should never attempt it. And the moment they came there in the middle, they thought they bought some time because they showed some tanks on the other side of the map. Mm-hmm. But Unique is not, I mean, they're young, but they're not suckers.
They're not, yeah. It's not like, hey guys, I've never seen this one before. Whilst they are all a young team, they are a team who've been playing in the Russian league. They narrowly missed out in coming to their the first grand finals. It was Brainstorm that came in instead of them because Unique had only came up the season before. But since coming up from Silver Series, Unique have always been pushing at the top, getting through to regional finals, and now deservedly so coming through here to an international tournament and showing everyone that they are a team to be respected and to watch out for. Shaman coming in there, top damage, 4.1k damage, Mojo, in that Super Conqueror. Welly behind him in the AMX 50B doing 3.2. Godlike coming there. Ox in the single shooter, we said before, he has great potential there. Highs there for Elevate, but unfortunately, it was all one-sided traffic here on Ghost Town for Unique.
Unique is right in a saddle there, waiting for the last map to start, which will be Prokhorovka. Now we said that Prokhorovka should be a map of Unique, but we've seen the struggle they had with Yato. Yato actually managed to win both rounds there, if you remember. And maybe Elevate just picked up some lessons there.
Now, Prokhorovka was a pick of Elevate. They're going to be starting out on the attack here, Unique on the defense. Let's see if Elevate can win back another round, or are we going to see Unique taking this round, taking the map, and vitally taking the match, which means they'll be going through to the quarterfinals to face off against either Casnacrew or Ding. Let's get this one on. Unique on the red side, they are defending. Elevate on the blue side attacking.
It's going to be interesting because Elevate did pick 2 rounds on Prokhorovka against Rush. Those were the final 2 rounds in a match. But there you go, triple STRV defense by Unique. We've seen it already a couple of times in this tournament played by them and Tornado. It worked for Tornado at least, but we will see how it go for Unique now, because against Yato definitely didn't.
It's normally about now the Annihilator on the analyst desk will be running forward to double check the screen, and he'll be saying yes they've won, no they've lost, because he can immediately tell on the defensive line from Prokhorovka how it's going to go. Shots are immediately going out over into Canadian Impact. Welly is spotted, Firical is not spotted, but these STRVs can punish this push going across as Canadian Impact continues to take shots. Positive moves up, gets shots, Positive in a crossfire. Again, one of the leading tanks for his team taking an absolute punishment as he goes across. Big bounce there on the rear end of his tank, the mighty Batchat armor keeping him safe.
He is still safe in this little gun depression, but if anyone can push down, he is pretty much done and dusted. Aggressive play by Positive. If there is no follow-up from his team, it will definitely not pay off, considering these Light Tank and I-7s are pushing the middle now. Welly is down. Welly is down in his I-7, but there is still collision on Animal Lord Brett.
First blood going to Elevate here. Unique bleeding damage here. It looks like Veet is taking a lot of damage as well, because Positive can shoot him in the back. Veet is being shot again in his STRV. Damage going into the Shaman and Lucifer as well. In return, Wallhacks, Positive and Canadian Impact all dropped low here for Elevate. Teams continuing to trade right now. This is a great fight right now. Elevate giving as good as they get. Unique bleeding HP right here. But look at this. Godlike taking out Enemy Lord Brett in the middle. And it looks like Unique might be able to take control of this middle fight area, Mojo.
Yeah, and Firacle already ran away, and he will shoot the Doma in the back. And once they kill him, he will be covered by the tanks in the center, so Positive will not be able to peek out. Unless Positive actually takes him out really fast, there is a huge advantage for Unique in that
Godlike dropped down onto one shot in his IS-7. If someone can get a decent roll here, be able to hit him, get above average, he'll be able to go down 3, 6, 9. It doesn't happen. And Godlike continues to survive. RNG in his favour. Positive coming with it. No, Vetro picks off Godlike. He has gone down. Elevate with the gun advantage right now. It is 5 guns of Elevate against 4 of Unique. Can Elevate make this work in their favour? Positive looking to peek over, perhaps try and get shots in the Shaman, but has to be careful here because Firico is holding him short.
They are just peeking on each other, saving the shell for like a split second. Lucifer and Oxmatos are exchanging here, but Elevate is in a loss in HP. They had an advantage for like 1k and some better positions, but those I-7s left in the middle didn't help. Nuki will be the crucial player now with his light tank and those full HP.
Can Ox get a kill on Lucifer? 3-1-8. RNG is not in the favour at all here of Elevate. Unlucky here. And looks like Unique are managing to survive this one, managing to stay in the fight. Ox is a one-shot. Positive is now a one-shot. Unique with 3 tanks. Nuki in at T100. He's going to be what makes the difference here. Shoots Ox Mathis in the rear, drops him down to 34 HP, and Nuki will be able to run rampant right now. Ox can't trade off here against Shaman. If he's able to make a move, looks like Positive wants to go over against Firical, tries to peek, can't do it, and Positive is stuck. He can't help his teammate as Firical finally gets the kill on Ox Mathis. Oh, Positive with the drive over on the STRV. What a way to end the round. Beautiful play there, but the Shaman has Positive pinned in. Positive now on a reload. Can he come off the reload in time? Can he fade? It's not going to happen as Nuki picks up the kill, and Unique are going through to the semi-finals.
Unique doing a marvelous job here, even with this triple STRV lineup that I really don't like, but still, they managed to come through, and Nuki with that light tank ending up on almost 100% HP. Brilliant game. And I would like just to say this ending with Positive running over the tank, that was brilliant.
Nice way to end it. Unfortunately, Elevate, we're not able to do any more help for you this time round. It was all up to you. You gave a good fight, but unfortunately, Unique proved to be too strong. We knew coming into this tournament that Unique were going to be one of the hardest teams to play against and defeat, and certainly they've shown everyone just exactly what they're capable here. Elevate have put up a brilliant match. They did get out of the groups. They did surprise everyone by demolishing Rush. It was a fantastic play for them, and they can hold their heads up high. They have had a good tournament, regardless of how this result has gone. What does this mean for the rest of the tournament now? Well, we know our first semi-final, that one is going to be Oops against Tornado. That's going to be happening tomorrow. Our second semi-final is going to be Unique, and they're either going to be playing off against Ding or Casnacrew, which is going to be our next matchup and our final matchup of the day. Mojo, for this matchup, how do you think Elevate were handled Unique here?
I think Elevate missed a couple of chances they made themselves because of miscommunications and misplays. Positive here was already in reload for a while, and honestly, the only thing that was saving him that is because we thought he has maybe one shell left.
Yeah.
And he knew that his teammates were winning the game on other side of the battlefield, so he didn't need to force anything. It was just a good meme that he managed to end the game like this.
That's the second time actually in the tournament we saw someone do that, because the STRV against the rails just makes a perfect flat ramp for a tank to be able to drove over. Godlike was burning in that situation. Someone was able to tick up a nice bit of damage there, but unfortunate with the rolls there, he was on 393 and the shot that came in and hit him was 318, meaning that somebody else had to get the killing blow there. And Positive trying so hard here against the STRV, but the angles there are so difficult to try and get the shot into him.
The RNG also didn't listen to him. He should have killed him already.
Yep. Elevate should have been praying a bit more to RNGesus to try and get him on their side. As Spherical coming out there, STRV, top damage. Ox Mathis, again, we've highlighted him so many times on the single shooter tanks, is able to do an absolutely fantastic amount of damage. And then the drop-off after those top two tanks, quite considerable there, coming down 1,000.
3 kills coming in for Shaman, 2 for Nuki. Nuki plays that light really well.
Yeah. Dominating in that T1. It reminds me of Lolsho.
Well, Canadian.
Lolsho and Ding, yep.
Canadian
Impact
also plays
it
brilliant.
extremely
Honestly,
well,
he's the prize for me on this tournament.
Canadian
so
Impact.
he performed in pretty much almost every game.
Damage block there from Elevate, much higher than what it is for Unique, but at the end of the day, it is Unique that came out on top there. Elevate losing all 7 tanks, Unique still having 2 left at the end. And this means Unique are going through to the semi-finals, which are going to be taking place tomorrow. Once the semi-finals are over tomorrow, the teams who do make it through are going to have a week-long break, and we're going to have that final matchup on the 23rd of December at Wargaming Fest. Looking forward to that one. Mojo, I'm going to step out now. It's going to be you and Dake for this final matchup. Let's go over to the winner's interview and hear what Unique have to say about that one.
Hi there, I'm here with one of Unique's many members of their team, and that is Spherical. Now, he doesn't speak English, so we're going to speak through a translator again, but I'm sure we're going to have a good time. So, Spherical, I'm going to have to say, was that as you expected?
Ну что же, было ли это так, как вы себе это представляли?
На самом деле мы думали, будет посложнее чуть-чуть.
To tell the truth, we thought it will be more difficult.
Well, they did manage to take 2 rounds from you, which is not a perfect run. So what went wrong in the 2 maps that you dropped?
Но 2 карты вы сыграли не идеально. Что произошло не так на этих?
К песчанке они были больше готовы, они были, видно, что были сильнее. Мы только 1 раунд смогли отжать, по личному скиллу, но в тактике мы, скорее всего, проиграли.
They were more prepared for Sand River. We could see that they were more prepared, more powerful there, and we could only gain with tactics some points. But you could see that, yeah.
What happened on Mines? It looked like a very special tactic, and there were some cool things that you were trying to do, but they managed to counter you. And I'm trying to think, was there something you were meant to do differently?
Что произошло на шахтах? Мы видели, что вы пытаетесь провернуть что-то крутое, но что-то пошло не так. Должно ли было что-то по-другому, может быть?
Просто у нас ЛТшка, которая стояла на горе, не светила заезд на горку, и из-за этого нам пришлось ИСов 7 оттянуть вниз, и они горку забрали и выпушили нас уже. Мы этого не знали, что они будут выпушивать. Вот. Ничего не светилось. Короче, мы проиграли по тактике там тоже.
We lost just because of tactics there, because our LT didn't work as it should be.
Задумка была, но
so,
не зашла.
We had some idea, but we couldn't manage it, unfortunately.
Well, it did look clever, unfortunately. Well, it didn't work. Anyway, you are moving on, and you're going to be facing the winner of the next game. Which would you rather face?
Итак, вы движетесь дальше, и следующий противник у вас будет. А с кем бы вы хотели встретиться?
С Казной.
With Kazna.
Well, there you have it. Well, thank you very much, and good luck in your next round. Let's go and see exactly what happened in those battles over on the analyst desk. Take it away, man.
Thank you, Luke. And a man who maybe said a little more than we got to hear in translation, because it certainly looked like they were having some fun and some giggles there. Talking about having some fun, though, that's unique. Keeping you very much like, never mind these predictions we're doing game by game, from day one, right at the start when we first saw them, you called them as potential finalists. They made short work of Elevate.
Yeah, as they said there, you know, they thought Elevate were a much stronger opponent than they actually met in the match.
Yeah.
And so they actually brought out quite a lot of their tactics, not all of them, but quite a lot of very good tactics to play against that. And that's why we have such a strong scoreline here rather than something like I was predicting, maybe a 7-4, or maybe something a little bit stronger than that, maybe a 7-5. And on the first map, or on the second map, on the second map on Mines, we saw some of these tactics. So the unique attack, where Elevate was using a very similar defense that they've used before. Unique just understood exactly what this was. They got the info, and they recognized an opportunity, and they went for it.
Yeah, I mean, there was just a brilliant push using this rock in the middle there. The 113s instantly moving up. Also, the autoloaders just dropping off the hill, clipping these heavies that were waiting under the hill in the back, and at the same time, 113 from the 8 lane pushing down, so creating a 3-way perfect crossfire with perfect timing. And when you look at the time here, the score or the timer is only at 7 minutes, so it took them like 1 minute to analyze the setup, what to do. And they instantly went for it. Yeah, and that's what Unique is known for, that aggression, and they don't need long to realize that, and they instantly did that here.
Yeah, the reason this push was so strong is because they came through the mid here with these 1-on-3s, they dropped off the hill with autoloaders, they had all of the crossfire on these tanks that were separated under the hill, while the light from Elevate was on the one line, being totally useless really, it's not required over there.
Totally surprised Elevator.
Yeah, and then on the second Mines round, where Unique was defending, I'm not sure exactly what he said in the interview in Russian, but talking about their tactics, you know, I think they actually had a really nice idea here. I think it was just executed very poorly. Maybe it was something they thought up last night. They didn't get to train it, but their idea was actually very good. So they went through the middle with the light, and then they put their light up on the 0 at the same time, a bit of a bait to make sure he gets up safe. That's actually a really nice idea. And then they had good one-line coverage. They had good coverage in the mid, but then something happened later on. They lost that coverage.
Yeah, and we can see the 2 IS-7s from Unique there on the G4 sector, actually trying to be really aggressive in the water, trying to possibly see a very early rotation from Elevate there, but then actually Elevate totally surprisingly going through the middle, just taking it straight to Unique, because they knew that these 2 IS-7s were totally out of the fight there. Yeah, you can see from the boost, Canadian Impact also constantly shooting Vetro from the hill there with the Super Conquerors, keeping those IS-7s pinned down. Yeah, great reaction there by Elevate, realizing that those IS-7s were out of the fight, and then instantly taking a similar approach to that as Unique did.
Yeah,
having such an aggressive move.
Quick reaction by that. I was really impressed by Elevate there. You know, that was read really, really quick. IS-7s went down, Positive gave the info, and then, you know, someone in the team realized, hang on, there's an opportunity here.
Yeah.
Lights are on the 0, not being useful. They had 2 lights in their lineup. Again, not good for the fight, so a push is going to be the best thing Elevate can do here.
And I think that was an example maybe of Unique expecting something from Elevate and not adjusting when Elevate turned up and went, no, we're coming at you right now, deal with this.
I think that was mostly Unique kind of underestimating how quick Elevate would make that call. You know, that's not something typical that you'd see from the NA region. It tends to be a bit more slower based gameplay, a little bit more tactical, but this was just a raw push, and that's very Russian.
And I think at this moment, sort of Unique realized, hold on, this is Elevate, they're actually really, really strong. Now we need to get out some of our better tactics, and this is what we got to see on Himmersdorf. Yeah, actually Elevate took the initial advantage there by actually counter-pushing the hill, something we've never seen this tournament so far. So yeah, they took down Vit there, who was very aggressive with the Batchat. And
really wasn't expecting to find 3 guys here waiting on the ramp as autoloaders, but the problem was Elevate went forward with that advantage. They came off the hill in the south. Really, really bad play there, overcommitment, and then all that was left to do was Elevate. They just had to make some sort of a push.
Yeah, they Elevate left the entire middle area of the map open, so Unique could just move up there, set up a crossfire, take all the positions there. If you look at the forces of Elevate at this point, they're completely surrounded. Type 5 behind them, multiple tanks in front of them, another 50B behind them, so at this point the match was already lost for Elevate.
Yeah, and then on the second round on Himmels, we had a big mistake from Positive, who's been highlighted as a key player here, and he really made just the worst opening you can think of apart from dying. He went down to 700 HP as he crossed. This opened up so many opportunities from Unique here. They saw the opportunity, came forward with all of their heavies. Positive's in a really bad position. No HP, he's forced back, he dies, and then Elevate has to react. They can't let that advantage go unpunished. Here come the types, and what can you do really here?
Yeah, and even if the types here would have managed to kill these Super Conquerors from Unique, I still think Unique would have won that round, because at J1 you see the 250Bs from Unique just constantly shooting as the types here move up. I think they both did a full clip, and yeah, it just takes them about 30 seconds to reload, and then they would be ready with another clip that then just demolished the types or the remaining forces of Elevator. So yeah, brilliant push by Unique, putting on that early aggression on the rail, something we also haven't really seen yet this tournament. Yeah, and kind of Elevate overcommitting, especially Positive.
Yeah, when you have so many types in the lineup like that and you're forced to make a quick push that you're not expecting, there's not really a whole lot you can do here. You know, Canadian Impact here, he was trying his best. A really nice trade-off against Weddy here, even sneaking one just between the gaps there. But it's not enough. You know, when you have so many types that have to push in, they don't have DPM unless they're penning shots. And against Super Conquer fronts, there's going to be no pens.
And we saw Canadian Impact's face a couple of times in the player cams at the end of that match. You could see that hurt him.
He looked frustrated.
Yeah, he really did. There's stats at the end of that. 50 destroyed for Unique across the course of that match. Hits and pens, fairly the same. Elevates with about 25% more in terms of damage blocked, but as you saw, a lot of it was heading their way to get blocked. They needed to. They hung in there, but 2 rounds is all they got. Now that, as we've said, is a team who are, you know, the pride of North America. 2 seasons and they dropped 1 round across the 28 games of those 2 seasons, which is a phenomenal record. And we've seen them come the third, 4th position at the Grand Finals in 2017. They'll be very disappointed with their turnout here at the final battle.
Well, I think they didn't really get to train many of the Russian teams before, so they actually, I think what really caught them by surprise here were the very quick and on-point rotations by Unique. And I think, yeah, that's typical for the Russian teams. And on the NA server, where Elevate plays, usually that doesn't happen. As Nair already said, it takes the teams a bit longer to realize the situation and then to do a counter push.
Yeah, the meta has changed very fast here, even over just the last 2 weeks since the season finals. I feel like Elevate here didn't really study or prepare enough for Unique, which is a very Russian style of gameplay. It's difficult to follow if you're not quite on point. And really here, Elevate, I feel like they didn't do their homework.
I actually talked to Comps. We didn't get much time to discuss this before that game. I had a quick chat with Comps before we did this one, and he said, well, they expected Unique, but they also hadn't actually really prepared for them, which was somewhat contradictory, I have to admit. I was thinking, I'm not entirely sure what's going on here then, Comps, if I'm honest with you. They expected to come second in their group, and they expected Unique to be their opponents. They expected to be second to Rush, as opposed to yourselves from Oops. But that is the route that they thought they would get. They never thought they were going to beat Rush and top the group. As it turns out, they did beat Rush, but we know how that storyline already worked out. But they hadn't done enough, certainly, and Comps was, kind of clear about that, which I know I did think, but why not? And it's cost them. It's absolutely cost them because they are done here now. They'll need to shake that off, and that means both of our North American teams and our APAC representatives and our teams from the Chinese server, they are all out of this now. We are left with 2 CIS teams in the shape of Tornado and Unique, both through to the semi-finals. We have 1 European representative there, Oops, as we know, will be facing Tornado. And we have 1 more quarterfinal that we will get to shortly between 2 remaining European teams. It's CIS against Europe in 1 semi-final. It will be CIS against Europe in the other, because their Unique's opponents are going to be Ding or Kazna Crew. 2 great teams from Europe. We could, at Wargame,